I have a video of Zach from in Park City here when we were out for our camp, and I wanted to just share some things that I'm looking for when I'm reviewing technique, either of myself or other athletes. We'll play it through full speed, and then we'll go through and I'll kind of explain what I'm looking for. Hopefully you guys got a good look at that here. So what I'm looking for, I guess I'll kind of break it into a few pieces. Upper body, what I'm looking for. I want pole plants to be pretty in line with your shoulders. So I don't know if I have a better view here. So right here when Zach's poles plant, you know, we can see that they're about in line with his shoulders, each hand is. Um, this angle here is opened up well. Um, we want it to be pretty relaxed and open. So when his poles plant here, um, right about here, his shoulder joint is nice and open. That's at about, a little less than 90 degrees. But what that allows is for him to use his lats properly. Um, your back is probably the strongest muscle group that you have other than in your upper body, other than your core. And so really being able to utilize as much of that as we can is super important. So I really like this here, how that's nice and open. Same with his elbows. His elbow joint is pretty much stuck at 90. What that allows is as he's planting his poles, the power that he's able to create is pretty effortlessly transferred into from his, muscles, loading the poles into the ground, and then that's allowing him to move forward a lot faster. So I really like this, how he's planting his poles. Everything stays pretty rigid. He doesn't collapse really. Oftentimes we'll see people plant their poles, and then once they've planted, their hands will just collapse down to their shoulders. I really like how Zach keeps this, angle pretty much throughout his whole pole plant, as you can see, until he gets to his hips when he extends his elbow there. So that's a few things upper body wise that I'm looking for. Now, if we go to lower body here and we can focus on the same spot, I really like how he's gliding on this fully extended ski here. If we're looking at his right leg, that's fully extended. When he does go to push though, you can see how there's a lot of load on that foot. So it goes, basically, there's what, a 90-degree change here from being, perfectly vertical to almost, a 90-degree bend in his legs. What that allows is that as he's pushing here to the side, this push here from up top down through the leg is really able to, apply all that force that's needed to move him forward with as little energy possible with what he already has produced force wise. So that's really good. I really like too how everything's extended. So we look at like his shoulders all the way down to his foot. There it's a straight line. Everything's extended. There's no unused muscle force basically. When he swings it back too, if we look here, he'll same thing, he'll push out to the side. And then I really like how it just kind of naturally flows back to where in the middle. And then he puts that ski right down right away. Yeah, we can see it here again out to the side and then just kind of naturally floats in to be right under him. Another thing that I see commonly is that people try to step their foot back. So instead of letting it swing at the hip, It's more of a step over a hurdle. And so we really want this, motion from out here, fully extended back in to be as smooth as it can. So that's one thing lower body wise that I want you to focus on, is that, from this point, bringing everything in is basically a swinging from the hips from out here back down. Hopefully that gives you guys a few ideas of technique tips that we're looking for. Upper body, again, opening those lats and keeping the elbows, kind of stuck at that 90 degrees until you get to the hips, and then you can extend, obviously, depending on terrain and grade, that sort of thing. And then lower body, really gliding on that tall ski, tall body position, everything's upright. And then, right before you come to kick or skate push, whatever you want to call it, out to the side, you have a decent drop down in where your center of mass is. And that allows you to, provide as much power possible through the skis, through the boots, out into the snow. And then, yeah, the same thing again with the swinging your foot back to under center instead of trying to step it from the extended position.